This is your company level operations order for the Super Lab on 02 March. So let's take you into the area of operation for the situation. For the task organization, we've added a third platoon. First platoon, whose key leaders and cadets are going to be from Alpha Company. Second platoon, your key leaders are coming from St. Leo University. And then third platoon, your PL and platoon sergeant are coming from St. Petersburg University. The major changes to the situation are that the Aryanan forces are now patrolling along Route Basham using in a motorized squad patrol. So their most dangerous course of action now, if they're task organized into a motorized squad or infantry patrol, is that they will maneuver on any kind of American or Etropian force that attacks them using their vehicle or their personnel. So the S2 from the town reports that the enemy is moving along Route Basham, moving along this route, generally along this route because we have plotted an OPORD location here. So they're moving along this route, along Route Basham, in their motorized infantry patrol. So here's your mission. So Alpha Company, you're going to attack these Aryanan motorized infantry patrols along Route Basham in any Apache no later than 02/1745, March 2017, to enable Etropian government lines of effort in the area of operation. Once again, you are going to plan an operation where you're going to attack, more specifically, ambush these motorized infantry patrols along Route Basham no later than 1745 on the afternoon of 02 March. So for you MS3 cadets, here's what's going to be critical in Phase 1. So every MS3 cadet, you're going to plan and write your own version of a platoon order. But, as you can see in Bullet 2, if you're a designated key leader, such as a platoon leader or platoon sergeant, you're going to conduct your own confirmation brief to the cadre in class on the morning of the 28th. If you're a designated SWAT leader, you're going to conduct a confirmation brief of your operations order to cadre and your peers in class on the morning of 02 March. It's going to be critical that all MS1s and 2s observe a company through squad level operations order, so that way they experience the troop leading procedures process and actually participate in your rehearsals from the platoon to the squad level. So you might ask, well, what do I do if I'm not a key leader? If I'm not a PL, platoon sergeant, or squad leader? Well, you're still going to write a platoon level order, because next week we're going to give you some time slots and time during class to brief your order to your cadre, because we weren't able to get everybody through the operations order gauntlet. We want to give everyone a fair amount of time with the cadre to get honest feedback on how you're planning and briefing your operations order. You're also going to film yourself when briefing your order, so that way you can take this proof of how you present yourself when briefing a military operation. You can use how you look and make a critical self-assessment on how well you're presenting. If you're being a good public speaker, meaning you're making good eye contact, people can understand what you're saying, you're using good volume and inflection, you're actually making a cohesive argument why this mission's going to work, and maybe you're actually motivating people when you speak while using your training model kits. So this will be proof of how well you do, aside from the coaching that you receive from your cadre or even from your peers. Going back to the company level operations order, I've highlighted some changes in yellow. So you're only going to submit one primary target as a fires plan. Everybody is going to be given a 60 millimeter mortar from the company, and we just need you to submit one planned target within your platoon boundary. As you can see, you have the grids, and as of right now, there should not be a frago. You're going to move and execute an ambush facing west to east. So you're going to face into the east and conduct your ambush. Do not direct your fires into another platoon's boundary. With the coordinating instructions, you can see next week we're going to get a platoon level order from each platoon leader. We're going to give you time during class on the VTC to brief using graphics that we will display, and we will hear your mission statements and scheme of movement maneuvers. So we're going to hear your paragraph 2 and your paragraph 3, the execution. As you can see, don't shoot into another platoon's boundary. For sustainment, make sure you bring your own food. If you know these MS1s and 2s, they're going to show up to the lab and they're in your squad, make sure you let them know. Alright, bring your own food. We'll make sure we put it out at battalion level, but if you're in charge of them, then start the troop leading procedure process now. For planning purposes, each platoon you're going to get one AT-4 or an anti-tank rocket. Command and control, we've added that third platoon leader. And then for signal, so the alternate is going to be cell phone and contingent is going to be whistle. Alright, so here's what's key. You're given these icons. Here's the reality. Radios don't always work in the field or in a combat zone. So you have to have some kind of alternate. What you have to plan for is some type of cell phone contact with your squad. So if you're a key leader, you can bring your cell phone out there and use that as an alternate if you lose radio communications with your subordinate squads. So that way you can effectively command and control them, meaning understand and know where they are in your area of operation as you move throughout your execution. Alright, so to quickly summarize everything, you're going to conduct an ambush on 02 March during the Super Lab. It's only one mission. You are going to be given class time to collaborate on mission analysis and prepare your operations order briefs at the platoon and then the squad level. You did an awesome job during the last Super Lab, planning and rehearsing and briefing your order. We want to get better during this lab. We're going to extend the time a little bit so that way you can take your subordinate MS1s and MS2s through the troop leading procedure process in your platoon patrol bases and deliver a platoon, a squad, operations order, and conduct platoon and squad level rehearsals. If you're not a designated key leader, you're going to be given a time slot so that way you can brief your own personally planned operations order in front of cadre and be given an opportunity to film yourself as part of your midterm grade. If you have any questions, email me. Till then, best of luck.